Yeah, that means there you go.
I stayed on it.
It's good through. Yeah, it's good. They're impact.
That is solid. All right, so we're here with Jonathan Dismute, head coach, University of Houston. Tim Yelverton, short game guru, and of course Sam Putlab. What are we working on?
So right here with Jonathan, we're working on keeping the face square to his path. He has a little bit of a tendency to let the path go just a touch to the left and the face a little open to that. So we're working on increasing the rise in his stroke. So we're going to do that. We're going to put a ball right here on the putting arc where the face won't fit between the ball and the arc. So he's going to have enough rise in his putting stroke right here to still keep the putter on the arc, but then the putter's got to rise over the golf ball. Very good. Very good. As you see there, we increased the rise.
So what was the rise?
So the rise of that stroke there was 4.3.
Gotcha.
Which is just slightly above tour average, which is very good. And some of the earlier putts.
Does that say 100%?
I believe that's 100%.
Is that pretty customary?
That's
pretty standard.
Typical for me.
Pretty typical concept.
100% for me.
Gotcha. So in effect, what you're showing Dizzy how to do is create a $8,500 Sam Putlab with a
$4 Pro V,
$4 Pro V,
$70 putting arc.
Gotcha.
And $1 million cameraman.
$1 million cameraman. That's a key point. Let's see what the stroke looks like from this view. This is that television view. Nice.
Perfect pat.
It is, isn't it?
Very good pat.
It is. So Jonathan, when you're trying to get your players to work on stuff, like, what do you use?
We use putting arc. We use we use a lot of tees. We get golf balls in the way. I think anytime you take away space from someone, it allows them to pick concepts up a lot easier.
Okay. And so how often would you? I mean, you're a very good player. How often would you use like this kind of concept?
I would probably start every practice with it. Just to help ingrain the concepts, and every day, and I would go back to it to kind of end the practice,
right?
Just to help ingrain the concepts. I think the more times you start and stop and continue those processes, it ingrains a lot faster.
Right. What do you see, young guru? From everybody's. What are people walking here with problems?
They have too little rise in their stroke.
Okay.
Their path tends to go too far to the left.
Okay.
I would say well over 90%. When they make the stroke, the left shoulder works this way too much.
Gotcha.
So the chest gets too open to the target. They don't have enough rise then in the putter, and then their path gets bent to the left.
Gotcha.
So what we're doing here is we're using the arc to make sure the path stays on plane, and then also we're putting the ball there beside the arc to make sure he has enough rise. So when those two are coupled together, he has enough rise, and the path no longer gets bent to the left.
Right. And so for somebody like Jonathan, he might be able to do this 10 or 15 minutes, a couple days a week.
Sure.
For more of a normal person, that doesn't have quite the genetics and the talent, it might take a.
I would shoot, depending on the goal set, I would shoot for 30 minutes to an hour a week.
Gotcha.
And you can divide that up however you want to divide that up.
Gotcha. All right, let's see this stroke again. So what's the total cost of this Sam right here we're looking at?
I think we're at about $75.
$75.
Beautiful.
Now, what about just making the stroke without a ball? What are your takes on that? What are your takes on? Excuse me. What are your takes on just standing somewhere doing it?
I think anytime you can make the motion. Sometimes people try to manipulate too much when the golf ball is there.
Right.
Because there is a hitting motion. Even though you are putting, there's still a little bit of a hitting motion in. in the stroke. But I think if you're really just geared towards improving your stroke,
Yeah.
you don't need the golf ball.
Right.
To hit, you want the setup there, but you don't necessarily need the golf ball to hit.
Right. And so that's something you would tell aspiring Houston players, young junior golfers.
I would say spend $75 and get this set up right here. It'll help.
75. Yeah, just don't buy a Pro V1 or it might push you to 78.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, one more stroke.
Good job.
Yeah. Cool.